Homelessness remains a pressing issue in the United States, with the number of people experiencing homelessness steadily increasing in recent years. According to the annual Homeless Assessment Report, released in 2022, over 500,000 individuals were homeless in the country that year, marking a continuous rise since 2016. The report highlights that 4 states, namely California, New York, Florida, and Washington, accounted for more than half of the nation's homeless population. California alone was home to 30% of the total, underscoring the severity of the crisis in the state. Additionally, certain states such as California, Vermont, Oregon, and Hawaii had the highest rates of homelessness when calculated per 1,000 residents, while Washington, D.C. held the highest homelessness rate among all states. On the other end of the spectrum, states like North Dakota, Wyoming, Mississippi, West Virginia, and South Dakota had the smallest number of homeless individuals. Efforts are being made, including the Biden administration's Housing First strategic plan, to address this critical issue and provide stable housing options coupled with essential support services. Here are the 10 states with the highest homeless populations. California. California, the focal point of a staggering homelessness crisis, recorded over 171,500 individuals experiencing homelessness in January 2022, comprising 30% of the entire homeless population in the United States. A striking characteristic is that more than 2/3 of California's homeless find themselves unsheltered, facing the harsh realities of sleeping on the streets, in encampments, or inside vehicles. This unsheltered rate surpasses any other state, with a staggering 115,500 individuals enduring these conditions. Over the past decade, California has witnessed persistent increases in homelessness, contrasting with a nationwide decline, with the number of homeless individuals rising by 31% between 2010 and 2020. Alarming disparities in housing costs play a significant role, as West Coast cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego exhibit homelessness rates 5 times higher than regions burdened by poverty and addiction. With California experiencing a shortage of affordable homes and an estimated deficit of 1 million units for the lowest income renters, innovative approaches and solutions are urgently needed to combat this complex and pressing issue. New York. New York City grapples with a homelessness crisis, with an average of 47,916 individuals seeking refuge in homeless shelters each night as of September 2021. The highest levels of homelessness since the Great Depression have been witnessed, culminating in a staggering 68,884 homeless people in December 2022, including 21,805 homeless children. The rise in homelessness is primarily attributed to the lack of affordable housing, triggering factors such as evictions, overcrowded living conditions, domestic violence, job loss, and hazardous housing conditions. Homeless single adults are more likely to suffer from mental illness, addiction disorders, and severe health issues, while unsheltered individuals predominantly face mental health challenges. Disproportionate impacts are seen among Black and Hispanic Latinx New Yorkers, comprising a significant percentage of the homeless population. Lengthy stays in the shelter system, ranging from 509 to 855 days, further underscore the urgency of addressing this multifaceted issue. Florida. Florida's warm climate has contributed to the significant issue of homelessness in the state. As of January 2017, an estimated 32,190 individuals were experiencing homelessness in Florida, including families, young adults, veterans, and chronically homeless individuals. However, in January 2020, the count decreased to 27,487, although the eviction moratorium implemented in 2021 may lead to a potential increase. Florida's overall homeless rate of 0.13% is lower than the national average of 0.18%. Pinellas County stands out with nearly 3,000 homeless people, while Miami-Dade County has a larger population but a lower prevalence of homelessness. Poverty levels in Florida are significant, with 15.7% of the population living below the poverty line in 2016. Begging and panhandling often result from pervasive poverty, highlighting the need for comprehensive approaches to address socioeconomic issues and provide support to those in need. Washington. Washington's homeless population is increasing, particularly in Seattle and King County, with a 10% growth from 2020 to 2022, representing an additional 2,288 people. The accuracy of these numbers is questioned due to undercounting issues in the annual point-in-time count. A cross-system analysis estimated that 45,300 people experienced homelessness in 2019 and 40,800 in 2020 in King County. The most recent estimate suggests that at least 25,211 people experienced homelessness in King County in 2022. Homelessness rates in Washington are driven by rising rental and housing costs, which have been a long-standing issue. While some groups nationally saw decreases in homelessness rates, the state faced a housing crisis even before the pandemic. The lack of affordable housing remains a significant factor contributing to the rise in homelessness in Washington. Texas. Homelessness in Texas has become a prominent issue, with 24,432 individuals currently experiencing homelessness. Elected officials have clashed over how to address this crisis, and President Donald Trump appointed the founder of a San Antonio shelter to coordinate federal efforts. The lack of affordable housing, coupled with mental illness, substance abuse, and a deficit of nearly 9,000 beds for homeless individuals, contributes to the problem. Homelessness disproportionately affects Black Texans, and men are more likely to be homeless than women. Failures within societal institutions like the criminal justice system and healthcare providers can also contribute to homelessness. While the state legislature has allocated $25 million to tackle homelessness, cities have implemented their own strategies, including camping bans and citywide databases. The challenge lies in finding solutions to provide affordable housing and necessary support services to combat homelessness effectively in Texas. Oregon. Oregon's homelessness crisis persists, with numbers steadily climbing since 2010. By 2022, the state saw a significant increase, reaching 17,959 homeless individuals from an estimated 13,238 in 2016. The homeless population is diverse, including youth, females, males, and transgender individuals. Ethnicities span a wide spectrum, with non-Hispanic, non-Latino, Hispanic Latino, white, Black, Asian, Native American, and multiple races represented. Negative perceptions prevail, especially in Portland, where concerns about scaring customers and obstructing pathways have created unwelcome sentiments. Legal challenges complicate efforts, such as an overturned sidewalk obstruction ordinance in 2009, leaving authorities to address disorderly conduct related to homelessness. Massachusetts. Massachusetts has a captivating history in tackling homelessness. Pioneering establishments like the Pine Street Inn and Rosie's Place emerged to aid the homeless and women, respectively. Additional organizations, such as the Boston Healthcare for the Homeless program, provide essential medical services. Challenges persist, stemming from mortgage foreclosures and economic crises. Boston implemented initiatives like the Weintraub Day Center to support the chronically homeless. Despite crackdowns on panhandling, successful efforts like the Housing First initiative combat chronic homelessness. The issue of shelter corruption has been acknowledged, prompting Boston to hire a full-time outreach manager for the public library. Sadly, the COVID-19 pandemic further worsened housing instability and homelessness in Massachusetts. Arizona. Arizona is in the midst of a severe homelessness crisis, with 13,553 people without homes. This accounts for over 2% of the nation's unhoused population. The state's housing shortage, especially in affordable options, is a major contributor. Efforts are underway to convert hotels into emergency shelters, provide tax credits for affordable housing, and support rural communities. However, more action is needed, such as changing zoning laws and regulating rent increases. The Biden administration aims to reduce homelessness by 25% by 2025 through expanded housing options and employment and education opportunities. Certain groups, like veterans and families with children, have seen improvements, but others, including Hispanic and Latino individuals, Native Americans, and people with disabilities, continue to face increased homelessness. Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, an estimated 12,691 people are experiencing homelessness, giving the state a relatively low homelessness rate compared to others. Homelessness rates tend to be higher among marginalized racial groups and vary significantly by state. Interestingly, there is a correlation between poverty rates and homelessness rates, with areas of higher poverty often experiencing higher rates of homelessness. In Pennsylvania, the poverty rate aligns closely with the national average. Georgia. Georgia has seen a significant decrease in its homeless population between 2007 and 2022, but it has experienced a recent increase of 4.4% since 2020. In 2022, approximately 10,689 people in Georgia were experiencing homelessness, with 17% of them being under the age of 18. While progress has been made nationally in reducing youth homelessness, there is still room for improvement in Georgia. Factors contributing to homelessness in the state include financial hardships, housing markets, climate conditions, and available social resources. The state's homeless population in 2022 included individuals and families, unaccompanied homeless youth, veterans, and chronically homeless individuals. Although progress has been made, there is still much work to be done to address the complex issues of homelessness, including the lasting impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, inflation, and the lack of affordable housing in various regions. In conclusion, the issue of homelessness in the United States demands our immediate attention. The numbers are staggering, with over 500,000 individuals without a place to call home. States like California, New York, Florida, and Washington are particularly affected, facing significant challenges in addressing this crisis. But we can't simply turn a blind eye. It's time to come together and find innovative solutions to provide stable housing and support services for those in need. Join us in raising awareness, taking action, and making a difference. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content on pressing societal issues. Together, we can create a brighter future and help end homelessness in America. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell.